The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand. The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League, live.
Well, hello and welcome back to the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in Hamilton for game number 2 of match day number 2 of the men's 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. And this match features the Hauraki Mavericks against the Southern Alpiners. The Southern Alpiners, the team that covers the entire South Island, and the Hauraki Mavericks covers the areas of Auckland, counties, Waikato and Bay of Plenty. And Simon Child, one of the leading figures not only in the Mavericks team but of the New Zealand men's team, the Black Sticks, the Vantage Black Sticks. He was a sharpshooter for the Hauraki Mavericks on game number 1. Will he be here on game number 2? Yes, good afternoon everybody. Glenn Lama here. Looking forward to bringing you coverage of this match alongside Lincoln Churchill. And the Mavericks coming into this game, Lincoln, with a 2-0 winner behind them over the Northern Tridents. And the Southern Alpiners coming off a loss 2-1 against the Central Falcons, which probably they were a bit harsh to lose that game. This is, if you look at the lineups on paper here, 2 very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, certainly this will be a cracker of a game. As you mentioned, the Alpines a little bit unlucky yesterday.
Get Lincoln just to clear his throat. Mate, do you need some water? Are you okay?
Yeah, probably do need some
water. You actually muted the wrong microphone, mate.
Oh, did I? Muted your microphone, so I'm this one.
Yeah, you're number 1 today.
Sorry about that, everybody.
In fact, you should be number 1 all the time.
You don't want to be
in
here.
In fact, off camera, folks, I can tell you, Lincoln said, no, I'm number 1. And I said, okay, no problem. No, you're all right,
that
mate.
Was good. Good to have a good cough in front of everybody. So, yes, evenly matched teams. We saw yesterday... the Alpiners, very unlucky to go down in that last moment of the match. But as they say, it don't have until the fat lady sings. Haraki Mavericks coming off a pretty solid 2-0 win over the Tridents.
Let's have a look at the Hauraki Mavericks lineup for this contest today. And we can tell you that much will again rely on the Panchia brothers and the Child brothers. However, we've just been given information that Jared Panchia, number 3, is a late scratching from this team. Garrett Dutoy, who was originally named not to play today, number 13, is back in the lineup today. 10 Black Sticks in this Mavericks lineup, and once again this team to be captained by Nick Woods. And once again the Alpiners team is a very strong team as well. They also have 10 Black Sticks playing today, and some very experienced ones too, including the keeper George Ennison. Kane Russell has been named to play today after picking up a shoulder injury. Dominic Newman, Blair Tarrant and Sam Lane all backing up again, and Nick Ross, number 9, the captain of the team.
Yeah, having said that, I saw Kane Russell wearing some very casual looking clothing a little bit earlier, so I'm not actually that sure that he is playing, but I'm sure we'll see that. All will be revealed in a moment.
Well, he has been named to start, so we will see. Maybe he was named to play, but has been a late scratching himself.
There he is. There he is. Oh, no, that's not
There he is, number 7. He's
no,
there.
he is there. He is there.
Yeah. Looks a little bit like Lionel Messi, doesn't he?
He does. He looked very similar to Lionel Messi.
So what he should do is shave his beard off and go to Barcelona and see if someone shouts him a beer.
Yeah, that could work out quite well.
Don't think he
cause a few problems in the boardroom at Barcelona.
Well, speaking of legends, there's Dean Cousins, the coach of the Hauraki Mavericks team. Of course, former Black Sticks captain, one of the most capped Black Sticks players of all time, leading this Hauraki Mavericks team for this contest. And the coach of the Southern Alpiners, Grant Edwards. Looking forward to seeing how his team bounces back. The umpires, about to be introduced to the crowd here. We've got a good crowd. We've got beautiful conditions. Again, we've been very lucky with the weather so far. No rain at all for any of these matches so far. Bren Duckworth and Lee Erskine, the umpires for today's clash. And let's have a look at some of these teams, some of the members now of the two teams. We can have a look at the Mavericks first. Leon Hayward, 7 games for New Zealand. He is one of the keepers.
Number 4, Aiden
Sirakaya, number 4, 46 games for New Zealand, defensive midfielder. Matt Rees-Gibbs, another player who has played for New Zealand, debuted back in 2015. Marcus Child, Aaron Panchia is captain of the team today. We've just been told, in fact, Aaron Panchia, and he's one of the most capped Black Sticks players of all time. John T. Keeney, 13 games for New Zealand. He's wearing 14. Didn't play the other day, but he's in the starting lineup today. Nick Woods, Simon Child got one of the 2 goals against the Northern Tridents in game number 1. The other goal scorer was Jacob Suchun, number 5. Daniel Panchia playing once again alongside Oliver McIntyre, number 21, a Wellington player playing for the Mavericks. And as I touched on, Dean Cousins, the coach of the Hauraki Mavericks team.
Yeah, full of talent, the Haraki Mavericks.
We look now at the Alpiners. Lewis Beckett and George Anderson, their goalkeepers. They have talent across the park as well. George Connell, one of the defenders, is a New Zealand capped player. Hugo Ingles is playing again today, the 9th highest capped Black Stick player of all time. Kane Russell, current player of the year. Number 7, Nick Ross. Number 9, here he comes onto the pitch now. Nick Ross, he's played 130 games for New Zealand. Dominic Newman, attacking midfielder, likes to get into the circle. He's a Commonwealth Games silver medalist from the 2018 Gold Coast Games. Dylan Thomas playing once again, a young Otago player. And they've got talent at the back end of the squad too, with Sam Lane, David Bryden, Blair Tarrant, all having played for New Zealand. And then 2 young players to complete their lineup, Simon Yorston and Moss Jackson, both from Canterbury. And Grant Edwards, himself a good Cantabrian, is coaching this team today. So there are the 2 lineups, and we'll be back for the start of the match in just a moment here on Sky Sport.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
How about that? Shake, rattle, and roll.
All set for a start here at the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in Hamilton. It's going to be the Hauraki Mavericks up against the Southern Alpiners. It's going to be the Mavericks who are playing in the orange and the black with the first possession. 2-0 winners over the Northern Tridents in game number 1 on Thursday. And the Alpiners losing 2-1 to the Falcons in the dying seconds. So the Alpiners, stacked with black sticks, will be keen to get on the board themselves. However, that won't be an easy task because the Hauraki Mavericks themselves are stacked with black sticks. There's 10 on each side, so 20 players out in the two squads today who have played for New Zealand, and of course the majority of the other players are under 21 and underage representatives as well. So we have some really good talent out there today in this clash. It's going to be the Mavericks who are just happy to hold the ball at the moment. Aaron Panchia captaining the team today, and here is his brother Daniel. Aaron now in possession.
Yeah, the Alpiners just sitting in half court here.
Woods.
Waiting for that moment there, little turnover.
Woods didn't turn the ball over easily the other day. Oh, what a pass. Oh, unfortunately Newman just couldn't quite control it. If he had, that could have really opened up for the Alpiners.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistrap there from Dominic Newman.
He's got the ball again now, right in the corner though. Boy, it's difficult challenge getting out, and here comes Woods, who gave up the ball. I don't think he gave up a ball at all in the first game, and there he is giving one up in the first moments of this game.
Yeah, a slightly tougher one for him to get. Was sort of, he's only just gaining control of it as he got hammered. Straight over the sideline there from Aaron Panchia.
And Simon Child couldn't control it. Now the Alpiners build through Bryden. Nice pass to Newman, who's trapped that one. But to get the ball on the stick early, Tarrant. There's some good matchups in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, see one right there. It's Nick Woods putting pressure on Blair Tarrant, two of the most experienced Black Sticks players up against each other.
Tarrant looking for that penalty corner, just trying to nudge it into the foot, but came off a stick, and here's Ross. Yorston, those younger players from Canterbury who's been given an opportunity. This is Russell.
Yeah, good to see Russell back out there today. Certainly missed him, the Alpiners, after he had that unfortunate knock Thursday's match.
Yeah, it was a strange little incident, wasn't it? Just came up clutching his shoulder and we didn't see him again.
Yes, it turned out I think it was just a knock and a bruise rather than any ligament damage or anything like that, which is obviously very good news.
Yeah, key man in New Zealand hockey, Kane Russell on the ball there, number 7.
Good news for everybody except for the Mavericks penalty corner defence.
That's right. Well, the Alpiners still continue here with an opportunity, and again, it's going to be their ball. Good sustained period of territory here for the team from the south, and as Tarrant goes aerial. Controlled by Yorston in the corner. Looking to play it in Bryden, but he decides against it, and Tarrant crashes it, but it's just come off the legs there of Cam Haid, who gets a start today. Didn't play in game number 1 on Thursday.
To see as the Alpiners look to just control this ball up the high end of the pitch here, shift it round. It's often Tarrant looking to try and make that telling pass by slapping it into the circle. And the other one that you might see is this, is Hugo Ingles just having a little dab.
Well, it's been cut out by Simon Child. They played so many games in New Zealand together. And Woods on it now. Happy to just hold it. Interesting start from both teams. They're just primarily happy to knock it around at the back, just sizing each other up at the moment, Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, he's Woodsy there just on the break, but just couldn't really see anything in front of him. And you know, a good play from him there to just with not having an option rather than throwing a real 50-50 forwards and hoping for the best. He just chose to knock the ball back out and maintain possession.
Hauraki Mavericks come forward now. Great run into the circle here, perhaps by Hauraki, but it's cut out. Oh, it's been lifted, penalty corner. And that's good play from Hauraki coming into the circle.
Yeah, good skill there by Hauraki. Did a good job, and then I think it's... Yeah, just...
It was a bit of a pinball situation.
David Bride in the end, just sort of reaching at it and trying to clear it, but lifted it up and into Cam Haid. And of course, can't lift it up into a player when you're that close to him. So dangerous. So here's the first real opportunity of the match.
So Marcus Child to take it. Punchier, that's Aaron Punchier, maybe trapping it.
Woods off the top.
Yeah, looks like it. And it is going to be Woods. And there is the first goal to Nick Woods. Executed to perfection. And the Mavericks, who've hardly been down this end of the field in the first 5 minutes, lead 1-0.
Yeah, well executed drag flick, Nick Woods. The same place that Jacob Smith put it earlier for the Falcons. Down low to the right, tough for the goalkeeper. We get a good view of it here. Good injection. And tough for the keeper to get down there, and he's banked it. So that's one of my predictions coming through, that Woods will score a drag flick in this game.
Well, you made a number of other predictions too, Lincoln, which we'll just keep quiet for now.
That's right, we'll only bring those up if they happen.
Exactly. Well, the Alpiners made a strong start with a lot of territory there, but that's what happens in sport sometimes. All about execution. At the end of the day, all that really matters is the scoreboard. There's a good pass, and that player was open too, Maxwell Rasmussen.
Yeah, good vision from David Bride in there, and he just hit just a little tap on his shin pad there because it was a good pass, but he just put a bit of a skip on it, which made it hard for Rasmussen to control it. If he put that flat along the deck, it would have been a bit easier.
Here's the goal scorer, Woods. Oh, that's been given away rather cheaply there, and here come the Alpiners. Oh, Ingles couldn't grab that with his left hand. Good burst downfield here from Hauraki, who's made a couple of telling runs already.
Yeah, good strength on the ball from him. Yeah, doing a good job at the start of this match in the midfield, Hauraki, just presenting himself as a nice strong target, happy to receive the ball in there under pressure. That's what you want. You need to have targets in the middle of the pitch. A bit of a problem yesterday for the Alpiners, were just a little bit too eager just to knock the ball around the outside, and it made it just too easy for the Falcons just to close them up on the sidelines. We see them similar kind of play here, but this time it's found its way through.
Nice little touch from Moss Jackson. Umpire. Big shrill on the whistle that time. Nicely controlled by McIntyre. Oh, it's a good tackle. Ingles. Looking for someone to pass it to, and then great ball. And here's a chance. There's a big chance here for the Alpiners. They have equalised. Fantastic play there from Lane to create the opportunity.
Oh, I mean, put that down to Hugo Ingles. What a pass.
Yeah.
I mean, still, Sam Lane had some work to do, but what an outstanding piece of vision.
Finn Ward is the goal scorer. So two brilliant plays here. The pass and then Lane. What a turn. And Finn Ward, the simple tap-in.
He did pretty well, Sam Lane, has to be said, and Finn Ward did the easy job, got himself into the area. It's a shame the replay just cuts in a little bit late to see the ball from Hugo Ingles, which was absolutely perfect.
Wasn't it? And a good finish from Finn Ward, the 20-year-old Otago player, and a New Zealand under-21s player from last year. He put himself in just the right spot, so it's game on here. 2 goals, 1 apiece in the first 6 minutes, and I think we're far from done from seeing more goals. Got some serious talent out there as Fraser back to Dutoy, and McIntyre gives it to Marcus Child. towards Daniel Panchia. Toy wait out on the left, can't control it though. And now the Alpiners have a chance to move forward.
Yeah, the one thing that was quite impressive for the Mavericks yesterday was they just did a reasonable job of pressing the Tridents in. Get themselves well organised when they were restarting. And they look again to be in pretty good shape here. Falling back into a half court.
Bryden plays it down the centre. Good skills from Newman, but he's trying to bring Morrison in. Woods, as he normally does, is a hard man to get the ball past. Oh, it's good pressure there, and Russell's got it. Look out. 4-on-2 situation. Kane Russell loves to run. Into the circle he comes. Oh, it's still there, perhaps. Ward again. In fact, it was Dylan Thomas who just went wide, and maybe the Alpiners could have done a bit better with that opportunity in hindsight.
Yeah, really good steal from Russell in the midfield. Did a fantastic job. He's breaking forward with it. And he's got some wheels, and that pass just didn't quite find its mark. Good spin by Ward, but tough shot to make, and shanked it to the left of the goal.
Alpiners have the ball again. Ross. Russell. Great pass. Look at that. Right to the baseline. He absolutely put the thread through the needle. Woods just tries to get rid of it, but the Alpiners starting to dominate these last couple of minutes. Here they come again through Ingles. Good tackle right on the edge of the circle. That's not easy to do, and that was well done there by Campbell McLean.
Yeah, Ingles just a little bit disappointed with himself there. It was only for young and old. If he just executed the lift right, he would have been over the stick and into the circle.
Uh-oh, card's coming, and it's going to be Kane Russell, who's going to spend 2 minutes on the sideline.
A few things to say about that, Kane Russell.
Yeah, he's not happy as he comes from the field. They're keeping it in the field. Justice McIntyre. Clash of sticks, but the Alpiners, now there's a trip there and a penalty corner's been given. And in the penalty corner conceded by Oliver McIntyre.
Surrounded by Alpiners here. It's a little bit like when you blow a penalty corner against Pakistan. They've come flying in.
What were they wanting more there, you think?
I'm not sure. It was a funny sort of situation. It was a little bit innocuous. It was just sort of a little bit of miscontrol, but I think the umpire felt like he was protecting the ball with his body, not giving the Mavericks player a chance to compete for it. Well, so, maybe it was the right call, but it's one of those ones that doesn't really feel like it was a penalty corner, but maybe it was one.
All right, well, Matt Rees-Gibbs is going over. Last penalty corner executed to perfection. And it's going to be Woods again. And this one is saved by Ennison.
So there was a high chance that Woods was going to try and stick it down that corner again, and I think Ennison reacted quickly.
Well, that was a great early ball into the circle by Simon Child with a reverse stick shot.
Yeah, that wasn't one of Woodsy's better reverse stick shots. It was a tough angle, but missed the goal by some margin.
It's been a really good first quarter, though, hasn't it, Lincoln?
Yeah, it's been good energy, been good skill, a couple of nice goals.
Ingles, he's in a bit of trouble there. Interesting to see him go across the face like that.
Yeah, very high risk option from that position.
Yes.
Worked out well.
It's good skills from Daniel Panchia to his brother, and now McIntyre has a chance to settle it down. Goals for Woods and for the Mavericks from a penalty corner, and then Finn Ward for the Alpiners. Alpiners defending it well. This is Yorston. Ross. Ross gets it downfield, and not far away from that one was Lane.
Putting the hands hands together, Nick Ross. A bit of a lost art, a skill known as formerly known as the hit. And he's, well, not formerly known as the hit, but you just don't see it very often. Most defensive players almost always electing to sweep the ball, but hits just come away a little bit quicker off the stick. They can find a gap that a sweep hit won't find. And that's what happened there, just missing the lead of Sam Lane.
1 minute to go in this first quarter. Ross to Russell. Tarrant. And now Ingles up the middle. Ooh, he was almost tempted to crash it in, wasn't he? Thought about it. There's Bryden. He's going to do that. Get the deflection. Now it's fallen for the Alpiners. And there's a penalty corner. Adventurous play for them near the end of the first quarter. Pays off.
Yeah, well done, Dominic Newman. Took that under control and got the shot away very quickly. Not much the defender could do. Cannons into his foot.
Well, first penalty corner of the game for the Alpiners.
And Russell is on, so...
Well, they'll know the threat of Kane Russell. Well, the Mavericks, as they get set for this penalty corner. Tarrant, Ross.
A few options at the top there, Sam Lane. Pretty accomplished flicker himself.
There goes the play, and it's going to be Russell, and it's saved by the keeper, Leon Hayward.
Again, I just think the injection for the Alpine is not quite what it needs to be. Just making it a little bit tougher for Russell to get a quick, clean flick away.
Well, the Alpiners still have an opportunity here with 15 to go, but they need to get cracking, create something. Russell into the circle. Oh, it's just gone nowhere. But fortunately, they do get the ball back. But time really is against them here. They've got to play quickly. Ross crashes it in, deflected just over the bar, and that was how close the Alpiners were to taking the lead. At the end of the first quarter, we thought this game was going to be close and opportunities would come at both ends of the pitch, and that's exactly what's happened, with the score 1-1 at the end of the first quarter.
Yep, good start to this match. Both sides throwing a bit of caution to the wind and having a crack. Good to see the Alpiners be encouraged by they've started this game. They're certainly, one of the things that they felt yesterday is they just weren't quite enterprising enough on the ball. And today they've looked a bit more likely. Made some very good turnovers too against the Mavericks, and then getting them on the counter.
Well, we expected this game to be close. Two very evenly matched teams. Be interesting to see what Dean Cousins and Grant Edwards, you think they should be saying here. What do you think they should be focusing on, starting with Dean Cousins?
Oh, I think Dean will be looking for, probably a much more improved quarter here. They were not very good on the ball in that quarter, the Mavericks, for their standards. Too many turnovers, not really able to get enough possession. So I would say that would be a key focus for them. Try and get well, they started the match well. The first few minutes were pretty good, but then after that, the Alpiners sort of climbed their way and took control. So I think that'll be for them. And the Alpiners probably keep on keeping on. I think they'll be pretty encouraged with the way they've finished that quarter. She looks like Aaron Ford's taken over coaching duties, or certainly on-turf coaching duties for the Alpiners today, out there giving his instructions.
Yes, he's the assistant coach on the team sheets, and actually the women's Alpiners coach as well. But he took control of that little huddle there for the Alpiners. But their speed, their passing game has been very good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been. Good ball speed. And a couple of the key players having some good moments. So a pretty good quarter from Nick Ross in there. He showed what sort of quality he has. We saw Kane Russell make a couple of key plays. Obviously Hugo Ingles with the assist for that goal.
Well, some good press here by the Alpiners. Woods. And it pays off too with a bit of hustle on the ball here. in the end, it's well done there by Sarakaya, who's been one of the better players so far for the Mavericks. Now Haid coming forward. Ross has it.
Little donut there from Nick Ross. Ran away from pressure.
Woods. And Tarrant.
It'll be interesting here. The Mavericks possession up the centre of the pitch now, so I think they'll look to build it, or they're going to force it. They're going to force it. Maybe they should have built it.
Yeah, it didn't pay off at all as Ingles comes away. It's good play from him, and now Newman.
Yeah, Ingles eventually throwing the pass that perhaps he should have thought about throwing right at the beginning of that movement. He had Dominic Newman standing outside him, free as a bird the whole time.
Dangerous play, Nick Ingles, though.
He's got good skills. Basically spent his entire childhood dribbling a hockey ball around his house. That's how you get skills like that.
Now that's fallen into space, and Child's on this. Look out. Oh, scrambled defence there from Bryden. All of a sudden, a threat emerged big time.
Did well there, Bryden. I mean, Bryden, he is the king of scramble. If there was such a title, he's very good at just getting a stick in when he needs to. Not uncommon to see him spending a lot of time on his hands and knees on the hockey field.
So Woods right on the edge of the circle. They're going to play it back. Captain of the day, Aaron Punch here to his brother Daniel. And now Woods goes wide to the right. 3 players in the circle for the Mavericks at the moment. Trying to get the ball to one of those players. Now Child comes up high, and it's not gone to plan there at all for the Mavericks. Tarrant. His target is Sam Lane. Lane can't catch up with that one.
Yeah, just the 2 punches today, as we mentioned earlier. Jared Punch here not coming through the warm-up and being replaced.
Now they're coming forward through McLean. Tarrant was trying to tackle him, and he's got the free hit.
It's good to see 3 brothers from the same family all sort of making it to this level. You don't always get that, you know, if you've got 3 or 4 in a family. It's, I mean, obviously the Barretts in rugby being a notable exception, but it's always hard for them all to make it.
Absolutely.
Daniel Punch, the only one of the 3 who hasn't played for New Zealand in the senior ranks.
You never know, he still might make it yet.
Always got plenty of years.
Good pass from George Connell, who's out there, but it's been taken away by Fraser. Now Dutoy right in the corner here for the Mavericks. This is hockey in a cage, I reckon, when it's down in the corner like this.
Yeah, neither player really wanting to make a move. It's funny situations, because as soon as a move gets made...
Well, it's worked out for the Mavericks, because rather the Alpiners, they're going to get a free hit. And now they can build it through Tarrant.
Ooh, a bit of a sloppy pass.
Wasn't it?
May have been back of the stick, but...
Bryden. Now Tarrant. Connell. Connell to the baseline. Just couldn't find a teammate. But the Alpiners will give it again, get it again. And this is Rasmussen. Ross comes back to help his defensive buddies. Tarrant. Head is up, there goes the shot, and it's almost deflected into the path of Lane. Nice drive into the circle by Tarrant, though. Yeah, the Mavericks can break out now through Iswar and Simon Child. Oh, we haven't really seen much of Simon Child so far. We won't for a little while now as he takes a breather.
Yeah, still, I mean, the Mavericks haven't really given their strikers much of an opportunity so far. They've haven't maintained enough possession of the ball to really give their strikers much of a chance. I mean, we did see that one ball that got nearly through to Simon Child that David Bryden came back and made a scrambling clearance on.
Ingles into the area, and that's come off Aaron Panchia's stick.
Yeah, well read by Aaron Panchia there to snuff out the danger.
But Ingles was on the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, both these lineups have got some guys that can just suddenly turn the screw and hurt you. And it certainly makes for an interesting contest when you've got that going on.
Yeah, it feels like we're in kind of round 2 at the moment of a boxing match. Both fighters just sensing an opportunity, perhaps, as that was Finn Ward hunting his second goal at the near post there. Nick Lidstone out there now. A young player on the rise, 19-year-old. He's wearing 8 for the Alpiners. Now Rasmussen. Yeah, it's going to be Mavericks ball. Goals coming in the first quarter. Nick Woods from a penalty corner and Finn Ward from the field. Marcus Child, good tackle from Ingles, and he's on it. Like a lightning flash, wasn't he? Aaron Panchia. Down it goes from Neild.
Yeah, as much as Hugo Hugo Ingles is a very good attacking player, he actually makes some very good steals off the ball as well. So he's almost just as threatening when he doesn't have the ball. Comes flying in and wins it.
Fly on a bunch of sticks, but in the end it's good skills here coming forward from Neild again. And now Ingles again. Good tackle there. Nice touch there from Marcus Child. Just stopped Ingles gaining momentum.
Good transfer here.
And now down the left comes Bryden. Choosing to hold the ball up, and Rasmussen. Back to Yorston.
Yeah, one thing the Alpiners have done pretty well in this match, and it's actually how they scored the goal, was upon making a turnover, getting the ball to the other side of the pitch. And it's always tough for the defensive team if the ball's turned over in the area where there's numbers and you can switch it to the other side. Always going to be a bit more vulnerable. Done that pretty well.
We had a cracking first quarter, didn't we? No real opportunities yet in the second quarter for either team. Maybe one now for the Mavericks might build here, but good tackle on Rhys Gibbs. There's one possession for the Alpiners.
Good tackle from Connell. He's tackled well in this match, George Connell.
Alpiners give it away through Morrison, and now Mavericks back in possession. Panchia brothers on the field at the moment. Now Marcus Child. Panchia, now Daniel. That's easily cut out in midfield. And away comes Gus Wakeling. Good pass to Ross. Ross still holding it. Got Russell on his right, but he's marked. And Morrison's the target, and Morrison's going to catch this one. Oh, that's a good tackle coming in there from Haid. Cam Haid.
Cam Haid, the brother of Mitch Haid, who plays at the back for the Tridents. Taller version of the same man.
Yeah, playing his hockey in North Harbour at the moment, but in this Mavericks lineup as Russell comes to the circle. And it's come off Aaron Panchia, so it's going to be more Alpiners possession with just under 5 to play in this first half. Blair Tarrant. Came off Keeney.
He's always got eyes for the circle, Blair Tarrant. You can see when the ball's coming to him, he's lining up, looking for that opportunity to find a connecting pass.
Connell. Good pass. Morrison's got space here. Into the circle come the Alpiners to cross. This could go anywhere, but it's cleared by Marcus Child. But the threat is still there.
It's, Morrison with the, I think we saw the infamous stir the pot move there.
Yes.
Stir the porridge.
Yes.
Made famous by Hayden Phillips, of course. Running the stick right over the top of the ball.
Russell. No, in fact, it's Ross. Oh, he's got himself into a bit of a pickle there, Nick Ross, and he's conceded possession. This has been a very tight second quarter, Lincoln.
Yeah, it's lacked a bit of teeth, hasn't it? Like it's neither side really looking that likely.
It's like if we're playing a game of chess and we're just moving pawns, not moving any other pieces.
Yeah, no,
However, there's still time to play. Now the Mavericks through Fraser comes into the circle. Penalty corner's been conceded by the Alpiners.
Great piece of skill from Fraser there. Very well.
Xander Fraser, really good play from him. CCL replay. Here he comes, Xander Fraser into the circle. And really, you think conceding a penalty corner is probably not a surprise there, given the momentum Fraser had.
Yeah, it's tough when a man's moving that fast for the ball. If you're just a little bit guilty of overcommitting, the Alpine defender there didn't quite catch who it was. Penalty corner time. No Nick Woods on the pitch here, so we've got Oliver McIntyre. Pretty accomplished flicker himself, and then Daniel Panchia. Will be McIntyre, I predict.
Aaron Panchia is going to trap it, and it is McIntyre, and he's wide. Couldn't get it on target. The Alpiners survive. Again, he got a good look at the goal there on that left side, didn't he?
You can see the Alpiners, very clearly trying to block their left-hand side of the goal, making it tough for the flicker to go that way, which allows the goalkeeper George Innocent to just get half a step to his stick side, his right side. So even if that flick had gone at the goal, you can see he had it pretty well covered.
Simon Child gets it from his brother. Oh, that's a timely stick.
Child was a little bit lucky. He pulled out of that. It looked like he was about to smash David Bryden across the kneecaps. But
yeah, I wondered if a card might come out there.
I think he just recognised the trouble he was in, and Sarah Kai's going to be in trouble here.
Yeah, that's a card. Green card. Didn't retreat the 5 as Ingles was looking to take it quickly. So now the Alpiners have a numerical advantage for the last couple of minutes of this first half. Ingles juggles it on his stick. Brilliant play from Ingles. Look at this. He's still there. There it is. It's a goal. How good was that from Hugo Ingles, rather?
It was just a dribbling clinic. An absolute dribbling clinic from Hugo Ingles. And in amongst all of that, Nick Ross is sort of crawling around on the ground for the Alpiners in the circle. So you can see Nick Ross, he goes down in battle here. There he is. He's rolled his ankle or something, and Hugo's dribbling around everybody, and Nick Ross managed to scramble out of the way. Look at the skill.
Wow. Ingles, a brilliant goal.
It's just fantastic to watch, isn't it? Like, it's just
brilliant. How did he get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Let's go 6 players.
I mean, it sort of was. It was like he was expecting the penalty corner and actually stopped playing, and suddenly found the ball was actually on a stick with an open goal. So, actually, has to be said, very good umpiring. Was it Duckworth on that side? Very good umpiring just to hold the whistle. He saw the advantage that was there, even if Ingles had actually decided he'd dribbled for enough and now wanted to break.
Well, of course, all of that happened with Haraki on the sidelines. So, perfect time to strike for Ingles. 47 seconds left. Haraki will come on with about 20 seconds to go. Woods just gets that one. And that's fallen for Iswar. Still time for them to play as Keeney is dispossessed and is going to be conceding a free hit.
I think the Alpiners will just wind this down here.
Wonderful comeback by the Alpiners, who were trailing 1-0, of course, after Woods got the early goal from the penalty corner. And now Lane with seconds ticking down here. Play goes down, but no whistle. There was Lidstone up front there for the Alpiners, and that will do it for the first half. But a pretty decent effort from the Alpiners team to come back from a 1-0 deficit to take the lead at half-time by 2-1 goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us into the first half of the Alpiners. Up 2-1 over the Hauraki Mavericks.
Goals in the first half to Finn Ward and Hugo Ingalls. And Nick Woods getting the goal. We'll wrap up the first half action for you in just a moment. Stay with us on Sky Sport.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more, and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term, choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape, or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
So, Egypt. Exciting.
It's been my lifelong dream to see the sunrise over the pyramids. Oh, it's silly, really.
Not at all. The room. It must be 502.
More than ever, we need our parents to be more supportive
so we can go out there and have some fun.
We're on a mission to find some of our most famous sport parents.
To give our parents some helpful advice.
So do you think he'll be able to help us out?
Absolutely. When I played sport, it was all about having fun.
Talk about the effort they win and not about the fact that they won the game.
Try and encourage our kids to get involved in as many sports as possible.
We want to build kind, strong, resilient athletes.
They see and watch your behaviour all the time. They see everything.
You know, don't pressurise them and trying to make them improve too quickly.
Kids coming in with a lot of overtraining injuries.
They're not supposed to know how to have the winning mindset at the age of 12.
If they come off that field or come off that court with a smile on their face, then I'm a happy man.
We came up with 10 golden rules
for being an awesome sport parent.
To check them out, go to besportive.kiwi.
Well, good to have you with us here at the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in Hamilton. We're at a half-time of the second game of Match Day 2 in the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League in the men's game. And it's Southern Alpiners leading Hauraki 2-1 at the end of the first half. Goals to Finn Ward and Hugo Ingalls has the Alpiners in the lead at the moment as we go down to Lincoln Churchill.
Yeah, here with Aaron Ford and Fordo. Good first half to be in charge.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's quite nice going into half-time being up. So, I thought we've played pretty well, but we do know that it's quite hot out there, some tired legs. We need to play with quite a high level of skill, and that's going to get harder in the second half, but we need to concentrate to keep that ball zinging around.
You'd be quietly happy that Hugo Ingles is in your side.
Yeah, he's pretty tough he's pretty slippery, so he's pretty tough to tackle. So very happy, and he's injury free at the moment. So touch wood, he'll stay that way.
Yeah, all right, good luck for the second half, Fordo.
Thanks, mate.
Yes, he actually did touch wood there too, didn't he? Did Aaron Ford, who's taking control of the Alpiners today. He took control of the Alpiners women's team last week, as we now welcome in some reaction now with Lincoln and the Hauraki Mavericks.
Yeah, Bacchus, you'd be a little bit disappointed with your boys in the first half there?
Yeah, it wasn't our best hockey. We've talked about lifting up the tempo when we need to, and at the moment we're not. Obviously, the Alpiners are putting good pressure on through the midfield, and we're getting caught with that. We need to play two-touch more. But I think for us, we need to pick up the 3 or 4 steps and get the attitude up a bit more. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Well, good luck for the second half, Bacchus.
Here we are, Hauraki Mavericks. 2-1 down at the major break. Nick Woods getting the goal from the penalty corner in the first quarter. It was a really high-quality first quarter. But then we saw the Alpiners near the end of it come back. And as we look at the CCL highlights, here is the goal from Woods, sweeping it beautifully into the bottom left corner, beating his Black Sticks teammate George Ennison. And here's the goal, the first goal, which was finished off by Finn Ward. All the work done prior to it by Ingles and Sam Lane. There's the end of it again. A good angle of there, Finn Ward, the youngster, getting it in, the under-21s player from 2019. And then here's the second goal. Number 5 is a player you need to keep your eye on. Ross went down. Now Ingles, watch this. 1, 2, he's already beaten 3 players. And Ingles taps it in there. Just paused for a moment for some reason. But in the end, Hugo Ingles did the job to give the Alpiners the lead, as one of our camera operators takes drastic measures to keep the equipment dry, which is always a challenge at a hockey match, let me tell you. It's the Alpiners leading 2-1 here. And it's going to be really interesting to see if the Mavericks can find a way back into this one, Lincoln. I just get the feeling that the momentum's with the Southern team at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, a pretty good performance in that first half by the Alpiners. I mean, they've got a lot of experienced players at the back, and they're taking pretty good control of things. And you heard Bacchus, the Mavericks assistant coach there, a little bit unhappy with the way that they set up in that first half, just getting a bit dominated in the midfield and just not holding enough possession of the hockey ball. So they've certainly got a lot more quality about them, the Haraki Mavericks, and you'd hope to see that in the second half from their perspective.
Don't forget, let's remind you of what happened in the first game today. That was won by the Central Falcons, 3-1 over the Northern Tridents. So the Falcons, 2 wins from 2 games. If the Mavericks can find a way back here and win this, it'll be 2 wins to them. And the Alpiners, if they can hang on here or maybe even get another goal to just give themselves some breathing space to go on to win, they'll win their first contest. And remember, if this one's a tie, we'll go to a penalty shootout, a best of 3 penalty shootout. So there's still a lot to play for with competition points up for grabs here on Match Day 2. And don't forget, we'll be back here for Match Day 3 tomorrow with games at midday and 2 p.m. So still a lot to play for in this double round robin format before finals are played tomorrow fortnight in the men's competition.
Yeah, both sides chucking the second goalkeeper in for the second half here. So young Lewis Beckett jumping in for the Alpiners, and Taylor Craigie getting his first taste of Premier Hockey League action for the Mavericks.
Yeah, good to see the understudies getting a crack as the Alpiners will start the second half through Sam Lane, Ross. And remember, there are 20 Black Sticks players playing in this game today, and we need to remind you too that Vantage Black Sticks places are up for grabs in the national squad at the conclusion of this Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League in 2 weeks' time. Very important if you're a leading player to make that squad, with hopefully the Pro League resuming at some stage in the new year, and then the Olympic Games in Tokyo next year. Now this is Newman coming into the circle, dangerous run. Well, the two number 11s came together, and that was a timely stick from Aaron Panchi, and he's got the free hit too. Very composed play from him.
Yeah, he did with their punch, yep, kept his wits about him. It would have been easier. It would have been very easy to throw that ball out like a hot potato, but he just waited for his moment and then drew a foul from Newman.
Here comes Panchia downfield now. Again, waiting for some movement in front of him. That will inspire him to make the pass, but it never materialised.
Just sort of ran himself into the sideline, and then it was a little bit tough for any of his teammates to offer him much. Perhaps should have recycled the ball a little bit earlier. And this is where the Mavericks have got to improve.
This is Garrick Tatoi. Aaron Panchia again, the captain on the day. He fires it out to his brother. And now Fraser, who made a surging run to earn his team a penalty corner late in that first half, and now he's been tripped up by Kane Russell.
No malice from Russell there, just accidentally clipping the heel, so nothing other than a free hit there.
Claim to Tatoi. That's a great pass from Tatoi. It's easily cut out there by Connell, and then he's just lost control of it over the sideline.
He's dribbled it straight out there, George Connell. We didn't realise where the line was. It was reasonably obvious because the turf on the other side of the line is a different colour.
Exactly. And of course the umpire was right there too. Now Fraser, who did all that good work, then gave it up rather easily. He'd be disappointed with that. Thomas to Ross. Alpiners again at the right end of the field for the southern team as Newman gives it to Dylan Thomas. And Woods, again, he's having another strong game at the back for the Mavericks, isn't he? Interesting, those goals. Just trying to think whether he was on the field for either of them. They seem much more composed when he's on the field, Lincoln.
Yeah, well, he's very secure on the ball, Nick Woods, so he's got very good hand speed, very good skill, but he's also very just physically strong, so he uses that strength and uses his body very well to box people out, making it hard for them to take the ball off him.
Connell for the Alpiners. Back to Bryden. Simon Yorston. And now the Mavericks again come forward. This is Simon Child. Woods. A bit higher up the pitch in this play. Simon Child knows he's got to do better than that.
Just got away from him that one.
He's in there trying to make amends.
Yeah, those are the ones where, Ingles is sort of coming back into the midfield and probably not the situations where you want him to try and use his flashy skills, because it's just probably the risk-reward payoff. Best case scenario, you eliminate a couple of guys, but you're still in the middle of the park. Whereas you lose the ball there, Mavericks will be bearing down on goal.
Ross crashed it into the foot there of Marcus Child. So Alpiners ball. Ingles. Woods has got control of that one though.
Great little 2-on-2 contest there. Woods and Neal versus Ross and Ingles.
Well, it's come off Connell's stick.
Just a little bit of shoulder from Ingles coming through as he made that challenge, so it was just a little bit too much in it. So free hit awarded to Tim Neild.
Bryden. Connell, whoops. Connell.
Second time Connell's pulled that over the sideline. He was trying to go for the foot there, to be fair, but it just didn't hit it.
There's a surge, and there's going to be a penalty corner conceded by the Alpiners.
I think Tarrant is going to be asking a bit of a question here to the umpire as to why that was a penalty corner.
Well, for a start, it was outside the circle, wasn't it?
I mean, perhaps it was a little clumsy by Bryden, maybe. So maybe you do have an argument for a PC. Probably be a little bit more careful there, Bryden, because he's sort of rushed in and...
Yeah, well, Keeney was the player who was over there, and now we've seen Wood score from the penalty corner in the first half.
Be a good test for the young keeper Beckett here.
It is going to be Woods, and Beckett has saved it. He's flipped it over the goal.
Yeah, he got behind it, did his job.
Well, it was on target.
Some confidence.
Woods into the circle.
I think Woodsy got hold of that one as well as he would have liked.
Back live, and over in that corner is Gus Wakeling.
It's the second time in the match we've had this situation with a defender in possession of the ball against their own baseline in that corner. So we see the replay of this corner. Yeah. It's, got a good hand to it, Beckett.
Yeah.
Pretty good run by David Bryden at number one runner there too to get pressure on the flick.
Well, Beckett's got a promising career. He's New Zealand under-21's keeper. Whoops, that's not gone to plan there for Ward. And now the Mavericks. They're enjoying a nice little period for them at the moment.
They're just starting to gain a little bit more control here, the Mavericks, which is what they needed to do.
McIntyre back to Aaron Panchia. Good pass to Detoy. Detoy runs. Tarrant has it. Now chance for the Alpiners to break.
Just sort of seemed to...
Oh, how's that from Woods? Alpiners take it quickly.
So quickly.
Thomas.
I felt like they didn't even take it.
No,
but anyway, we're
that's
carrying
right. Here's Sarakaya. McIntyre, good skills from him to elude the other number 21, Moss Jackson. Woods. Oh, that's not controlled there from Marcus Child. Well, he'll be disappointed with that.
Those are the little moments the Mavericks could just do without. They just sort of win the ball back, looking to string a few passes together and then a basic error.
No goal since half-time. It's still the Alpiners 2-1. Morrison. Oh, he's lost his footing. And it's been taken away. Oh, Reece Gibson now. Oh, gee whiz, that's an interesting call, isn't it? Bryden was away.
was away.
Fraser.
It was just within the realm of not enough advantage for Reese Gibbs from the original infringement. A good game today. With some good moments, at least anyway, Fraser, for the Mavericks. McIntyre slings this one in. It was asking a lot of Jacob Satoon. It was a sliding pass out to his reverse, running at full pace. Tough one to pull in.
Russell. Not able to be controlled by Dylan Thomas.
Just flicks the ball so hard, Kane Russell, so it's sort of like an overhead that's coming at you quite quickly.
You need to have really soft hands, jelly hands. Be able to bring that one under control as Fraser on the ball here for the Mavericks. McIntyre plays it forward. Coming near the circle is Haid. Got a free hit here, Cam Haid. Fraser's going to take it, in fact. Haid trying to get past Morrison. Still Mavericks ball.
You can hear the Mavericks, Simon Child, at their call and get it going, get it going. They're just trying to get the tempo up, trying to force the pace of the game here against the Alpiners.
McIntyre into the circle. Haid has lost it. And the Alpiners can break as Ross. It's well played, isn't it? In fact, it's going to be Mavericks ball, lifted into Nick Woods. So the Mavericks get it. Marcus Child. Fraser can't get past Nick Ross.
Yeah, by and large, been a pretty good feature of the Alpiners game, their tackling. They haven't missed too many.
Nice and high. Ooh, if Newman had controlled that one into the circle, that would have been really interesting.
Good vision by Tarrant. Good quick ball over the top.
Nick Woods, controlled by Simon Child.
Back to Woods, back where we began.
Woods goes high to the left this time, and McIntyre was his target. Just under 4 to play. No goals in the second and the third quarter. As McLean goes to the baseline. And it's come off McLean's foot, so it's going to be Alpiners ball.
It's just interesting that the number of Mavericks attacks which have just drifted into that left hand or their left hand pocket on the edge of the circle, and the Alpiners, apart from that one corner that Bryden gave away, have actually dealt with it pretty well. They've just had good numbers there and been composed as a turnover happens.
Here we go. Here's the Mavericks at the top of the circle. Tarrant has given away the free hit. Penalty corner, in fact. And he is not happy, Blair Tarrant. He's doing the double teapot.
It's always a tough one. I mean, when it's come off Tarrant's foot, and then it's sort of where the whistle maybe hasn't quite gone as he's in the motion of just trying to tap the ball away. So you can see here he's played at it, but you know, in real time, maybe that was happening just about the same time as when you know it's a free hit, but it's one thing to know it's a free hit than it actually be a free hit. So it might have been a touch harsh.
Well, it looked like the umpire actually changed his mind. Originally just going to award a free hit and then went, hang on, it is actually a penalty corner. So here come the Mavericks again, Woods. It is going to be Woods again, and it's saved by the keeper, and it's going to be...
I think this is going to be a penalty stroke. I think that's hit the body of the defender on the... Oh, no. Okay, I tell a lie.
Well, the umpires were conferring just for a moment there. Let's have a look on the replay.
Oh, yeah, it was missing the goal, so that's why that's... So it's hit the body of the defender, but he was outside the goal, so that's therefore deemed to be dangerous. Had it been...
Oh, great ball from Simon Child. Player ahead there. It's Keeney, but what a tackle from Ross. And it was Reese Gibbs who couldn't get the ball. Simon Child, another fantastic tackle into the circle. Comes Simon Child, and he's earned his team a penalty corner. Well, Simon Child flicking the switch twice in the midst of, in the space of 30 seconds there.
He did very well there, Simon Child. He got back and won the ball back for the Mavericks. and then stayed strong on it, won the PC. Fantastic forehand drag there from Simon Child, pulling that ball back around the reach of the defender. All right, they've had a few of these, the Mavericks, and you know, got a young goalkeeper. They'd be licking their lips at the opportunity to flick at him. So far, he's risen to the challenge.
Well, they go to Woods again, or they try and mix it up. What do you think? Yes, go to Woods again, and he's wide this time.
Yeah, not quite getting the... Got to get the sight in.
Oh, those last two haven't been on target, Lincoln. So, all about execution, isn't it?
Let's see the replay here. And the one thing the Alpiners are doing a pretty good job of, it was Blair Tarrant on that occasion, the first runner, running a good line as the first man out and just trying to block part of the goal, which just, as I mentioned earlier, gives the goalkeeper sort of gives him a bit of a guide as to which side it's going to be going.
Yeah, it's gone off an Alpiners stick. Ingles it was. Now, Ingles is going to be spoken to by the umpire here. I think he was just frustrated.
Sort of, this is one of those ones where, because Hugo's played a few hundred times for New Zealand, he gets the benefit of just a whistle and a talking to, whereas probably just about anyone else on the pitch would have just got an immediate green card for that. Sometimes it just helps when you've had a few games of international hockey under your belt.
Yeah, well, he is the 9th highest capped player of all time, Hugo Ingles, for New Zealand.
There's quite a discussion going on here.
Yeah. 232 games he's played for Vantage Black Sticks. Oh, gee whiz. Aaron Panchias passes out. He can't believe that call as he goes back onto defence. Whacks it away, and that needed to be made. Daniel Panchia's done well as Simon Child finds the ball at his feet. I reckon that ball was still in. I reckon Panchia was right. It was right under us here, Lincoln. Didn't look like it was out.
Yeah, and I think...
this is a great run coming in.
There, umpire. He was probably in a great position to see it, so he might have guessed a little bit. Certainly coming under a little bit of pressure, the umpires here at the moment.
Umpire wants it taken right back to the correct spot.
Minute to play here.
Well, Nick Ross, the captain.
Another discussion going on here, or just asking him to position the ball right out wide there.
Right, all soaked up time, didn't it? Now, Bryden. Good movement of the ball here. Yorston into the area. Where's this gone? Well, thankfully for the Mavericks, it's fallen to one of their players' sticks. And they've done really well to get out of it. Firstly through Aaron Panchia. And then Matt Reese-Gibbs and Woods. Going to be Alpiners ball. Ross takes it quickly. Calls for a card there. No, it's coming. Oh, lots of stuff happening towards the tail end of this quarter.
So I think that was a good call. It was Woods was in the 5, but he was just trying to get out the way of it, and Reese Gibbs was actually, he was 5 metres away from where the free hit was taken. So I think it was quite good umpiring to not start dishing out cards for that.
Oh, interesting quarter. It's actually been goalless. Not without chances for either team, particularly the Mavericks, who I think had at least three penalty corners.
They only put one at the goal, which Beckett saved, and then
that's right,
the other 2 going wide. So they will. Yeah, I mean, it's, I suppose from the Mavericks' perspective, good that they're earning corners, but they'll be a little bit disappointed that they're not been able to capitalise. Such a critical part of the game, penalty corners. If you can just get your conversion rate into that sort of zone that you want it to be in, which is around about at least 30%.
Don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock for the Tridents Alpiners clash, and that's to be followed by the Mavericks against the Falcons. And that is going to be a big game at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Already really looking forward to those two clashes.
Yeah, I mean, if the Falcons can win that game tomorrow, they've as good as got 1 foot into the final. If they can get a third win in this first round of games.
They're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be hard to be pegged back. That is for sure. But it's not going to be easy against this Mavericks team, who are down 2-1 at the moment against the Alpiners.
So both sides electing to go back to their Black Sticks keepers for the last quarter here. So George Ennison jumping back in goal for the Alpiners.
And Leon Hayward. Of course, the Australian-born player who actually did play for Australia, of course, between 2013 and 14. But his mum is a Kiwi, Ali, and has decided to move over to New Zealand in the last few years. And here's Sam Lane playing against the entire Mavericks team himself to start this fourth quarter.
He saw an opportunity there, Lane. They just weren't quite ready for it, and he just had a go at them.
And the Alpiners' enthusiasm to start this fourth quarter has been noted by Nick Woods, who made a really good tackle on Ingles.
Yeah, there's a bit of feeling in this game. You can tell by the amount of sort of chirp that's going on out there. So, I mean, it's good to see, good competitive stuff.
Well, you can feel it too. Now the Mavericks bursting forward. Toy. Punch out of Woods.
Cam McLean on the ball there. Proud product of Taupo Nui Atia College. Not too many Taupo players making their way into the ranks of national junior hockey players, but Cam McLean, one of them.
It's good, isn't it?
A really good group of players actually there in Taupo Nui, and they got all the way up to the national tournament in secondary school hockey, did well. Just quite an achievement for a small school like that.
It's funny how that happens in sport sometimes. You get a good group of like-minded individuals.
Cam McLean. Great. Sorry, not Cam McLean. Cam Haid. Oh, it's just about opportunity for Reese Gibbs. It's on his belly.
Now he's almost at full stretch there. Another opportunity, though, for the Mavericks. They haven't been short of them in this contest.
Just outside the 25, so that means Woodsy can put the straight in if he wants to. Elects to drop it back.
Punchier to Daniel Punchier. Now, Fraser wide on this right side. This gives away the free hit. As Fraser comes forward for the Mavericks.
That's fair by Duckworth there. It's all very well taking a free hit quickly to try and get some advantage, but when you don't take it on the spot where it occurred, it's just a bit too much advantage. So on that occasion, he made Fraser pull the ball back to where the infringement actually was.
And Matt Reese-Gibbs couldn't catch up with that one.
And Mavericks asking questions here. Alpiners haven't seen much of the ball in the last little few passages of play.
That's good play from Ross. And it's kept in field by Bryden beautifully. Oh, good pass, Connell. Oh, Woods again. How good has he been at the back?
Yeah, very solid. He didn't cover himself in glory there, Connell, as he received that ball. He just was a little bit closed off. Had he opened his body up a little bit more, he could have been running straight at the circle edge.
Haraki now. Not controlled by Simon Child again. And he looks to the skies. Got to give props to Nick Woods. He just seems to, he's one of those players, Lincoln, that just seems to get himself into the right spot every time.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been around the traps a little bit. They're all good at doing that. So Tarrant as well for the Alpiners. Nick Ross has found himself in the right place at the right time quite a lot today as well.
Wakeling.
And here he is again. Nick Ross disrupting the Mavericks' attack.
Punch here.
good test of character for the Mavericks side here. They spent all of yesterday being ahead on the scoreboard after going up early in the first minute.
Into the circle, chance there for Simon Child, but it's deflected away. Bryden, good skills. Looking to free up Newman here. And Panchia. Alpiners asking for a free hit on the sideline. No whistle though, and now Sarakaya. Ross has got it though for the Alpiners. Sneaks past the defenders. Great run from Ross. And concedes the penalty free hit. And now here's Ingles. Ingles gets kicked away by Hayward.
Good little flurry of play there. Good brave defending again by Nick Ross. Knuckle on the ground. Probably even hit him in the hand, which of course if your hand's on the stick and it hits it, that's okay. You're allowed to do it, just hurts a bit.
Bryden and Terrence.
Sometimes it can hurt quite a lot.
Yes, it can. Toy's just going to let that one go, and the Mavericks will get the ball. 9:40 to play. Mavericks need to find a goal.
I see a pretty exciting 10 minutes of hockey here.
Well, and there's Simon Child with that heads-up play, but it's cut out by Bryden. Can't keep it in.
Absolutely remarkable how much of a hockey game David Bryden spends on the ground. Even in the last few minutes, he's done a forward roll on his hands and knees, trying to make an intercept. It's good stuff.
Panchia. This is McIntyre.
Got to move the ball quickly here, the Mavericks. The Alpiners all back.
Yeah, every single player behind the ball. Panchia crashes it, but it's not a good connection. And now Jackson for the Alpiners. Play on's the call. And Marcus Child has taken it away for the Mavericks, and a great pass too. Ross.
Good strength by Ishwar.
Yeah, probably a good free hit to concede though from Ross, wasn't it? Because the Mavericks were away. Bryden collects, and that's a good pass. It's Rasmussen.
He's done pretty well today, Rasmussen, with the little bits he's had to do out there for the Alpine as he steps into a back line which is stacked with black sticks.
Well, Russell just came back into the game there and called for the overhead. But in the end, he conceded the free hit. Panchia over to Toy. 8 minutes to go. If the Alpiners could hang on and win this game, certainly right in the hunt in the early stages of this competition.
It keeps things nice and open, doesn't it, if they can. It'll be a very good response from them, having gone down to that sort of heartbreaking goal in the last few seconds of play yesterday.
Marcus Child over to Panchia. They're dominating possession too, aren't they? The Alpiners have really only seen scraps of ball in this quarter so far, and even in the last quarter.
Yeah, the Mavericks have done a better job of holding the ball, but where they've been let down is the little bits of quality on the end of it. So you just see every time they get towards that attacking quarter of the pitch.
And of course, they haven't converted their penalty corners. This is Thomas. Jackson's his teammate up there. Moss Jackson into the circle. There's a chance. Oh, gee whiz, that was close. And it was Finn Ward who got the Alpiners' first goal, who has won a penalty corner for them. He was close to getting that one. It was Dutoy who came back and rescued the situation just for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Finn Ward there showing the umpire what decision he felt he should have made. It always looks funny when a player does that because some of the signals are very distinct that umpires make in hockey, so it always looks a bit funny when players are running around pointing both hands in a direction. But it was a penalty corner coming off the leg of Dutoy. Not much he could have done about that.
Well, a rare penalty corner here for the Alpiners. Finn Ward to take it. Kane Russell on the field at the moment. He's lurking. Here he comes, Kane Russell. And it's deflected away by number 18, Shea Iswar.
Good one from him. Yeah, this is the Alpiners' problem. It doesn't matter if you've got one of the best drag fuck exponents in world hockey in your team. If you can't inject the ball quick enough, he's not going to get a sight on goal. So,
well, that's a great deflection, but Jackson almost found Finn Ward. Marcus Child for the Mavericks. Now Sarakaya. Here's Fraser. That's a good ball. Coming forward here is Cam Haid. Time starting to tick away, though. Still 6 minutes left, in fact, so still oodles of time. Dutoy.
There's a couple of little mistraps now starting to creep in for the Mavericks out there. They're just not able to take advantage of the possession that they're enjoying.
Russell.
Getting towards the last 5 minutes of this match.
Morrison gets through Fraser. Done great here, Joseph Morrison. Surging run, what a pass. There's a shot on goal and it's saved by the keeper. Hayward again, and now the whistle to the Mavericks.
Great piece of skill by Morrison. Did very well.
He's a good young prospect, isn't he, Lincoln? Only 19, number 3 for the Alpiners.
Still,
actually, he was the MVP of the New Zealand Under-18 tournament as well. Can see why.
I still suspect he may have forged his passport. He doesn't look 19. I reckon he's done it so he can get into the pub.
Yeah. No, it's not rescued by punch here, and here comes Nick Ross.
Chance.
He knows when to flick the switch as Thomas comes forward. Lacking a bit of support here, Dylan Thomas. And it's gone out off Ross's stick.
Yeah, well, the Mavericks, they'll only have themselves to blame. Just plain and simple, lacked quality when they've needed it. But there's still 4.5 minutes for them.
Can they salvage something? Can they send this game to a shootout? As Woods has it. Tries to cook something up here with Fraser. And Fraser's going to concede possession. Well, they just pause for a second here, the Alpiners. It's Rasmussen. They have the advantage, the team in red. No sign of them trying to wind the clock down yet. Still too much time left. Rasmussen.
Great pickup. Oh,
lovely interception by Fraser.
That's Fraser's, right?
Yeah. McIntyre. Woods. Now Sarakaya. Great on the ball. And they come through McLean.
Just where they've struggled with the Mavericks, a little bit of a break, and then they just end up throwing the ball out backwards, and Alpiners getting all their numbers back behind. Much tougher for them now.
Well, that's gone against the Mavericks. McIntyre concedes the free hit. We're inside the last 3 minutes.
Looks like we've got a goalkeeper sub here. So
yeah, Hayward's out.
Hayward's out, and 11 field players on for the Mavericks.
I did see this in the last game, and it didn't work for the Tridents, who ended up losing 3-1. It's going to be really interesting the next couple of minutes. Free hit conceded by Tim Neild. Yeah, 11 outfield players seems great when you've got possession, Lincoln. Not so sure whether it's good when you don't have the ball. This is what Russell's trying to keep here. Oh, Newman couldn't trap it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that the Falcons did really well when the Tridents went to 11 is they still played really positively, held the ball, looked to try and still create stuff, and they're rewarded with a goal. So it'll be interesting to see how the Alpiners respond here. Sometimes teams go into their shell a bit and just start whacking the ball down the other end. As Child puts a searching pass in, and Keeney unable to get a stick on it.
That was close, and that was a really clean strike from Simon Child, wasn't it? 2 to play. Russell. The Alpiners, there's the little nudge downfield by Rasmussen, which the Alpiners won't be too disturbed about because it soaks up time. And the Mavericks are at the wrong end of the field. Here's Aaron Punchia. There's Daniel Punchia. Childs' his target. Ross gives up the free hit. Well, we saw a goal in the dying seconds on Thursday night when the Alpiners went down to the Falcons. We're going to see something similar here to take this game to a shootout. Will the Alpiners hang on and maybe even score a third themselves as the Mavericks get close to the circle? Hauraki lost it. Newman gives up the free hit. 1 minute to go. There's Hauraki again, and that's a great steal from Rasmussen. What an interception. That's halted the Mavericks' momentum. Woods will build again.
Still one more chance for the Mavericks here. I feel like there's going to be one more moment for them here. Yeah. Can they convert it?
Well, we'll see. Here's Hauraki. Time ticking down into the circle. It's Simon Child. He's lost it. Oh, it's a penalty corner. Penalty corner's the call.
Finn Ward, that is a very silly error. He just couldn't help himself. You watch it here, it just sort of bounces up and he just couldn't help but just hit it over the baseline, and
he knew straight away. Didn't he? CCL replay was compelling the evidence. Well, here we go.
We've called it. They'll have one more chance to score a goal.
What's your pick, Lincoln? Is he going to convert this one? Is he going to get it on target? I mean, that's what's going through Woods' head right now.
I'm wondering whether there'll be a variation here of some kind.
Yes.
George Jensen back in the cage here for the Alpiners.
It is going to be Woods. He's got it! Woods has got it on target, and with 25 seconds to play, it is a 2-2 scoreline. And for the second time in the game, Woods buries it into the left of the goal.
He absolutely flicked the bejeebers out of that. Like, what a flick. He just got a hold of it and ripped it.
Surprised the hole is not in the net now. That's how hard he flicked it. So 2-2. Can you believe that? Just 17 seconds to go. Hayward's back in goal now, and surely we're going to a shootout.
I think we are.
And that might just about do it with Woods whacking it out of play. And there is the end of the game. So we are going to a shootout. 2-2 the full-time score. 2-2 the full-time score.
That was a prediction we made earlier.
And now I can tell you your other prediction. And didn't you say Woods would score 2 penalty corners?
No, I said that Russell would score 2. He didn't score any, but that's not his fault. That's their injection's fault.
But there we are. I can tell you Lincoln did predict a 2-2 scoreline at the start of this contest, and that's exactly how it's ended. What a finish for the Mavericks. 2 goals from Woods. And a goal each to Ward and to Ingles.
You'll have to feel for Finn Ward there. I mean, he's a young fella. He'll learn from that. Hard not to panic in those situations. You're nearly seeing the game out.
So 1 competition point each to both teams. And now we go to a penalty shootout to see which team gets another competition point. Let's look at the CCL stats. Shots on goal, well, even. Look at the number of penalty corners. So the Mavericks, probably in hindsight, probably felt they maybe should have won that game. But the circle penetrations was very good from the Alpiners, 28.
Yeah, certainly a lot of that in the first half of the Alpiners. They certainly had the run of things in the first half of the game. The Mavericks stepped it up a little bit in that last quarter.
So 28 circle entries to the Alpiners. So what we're going to do now is look at the goals. And there's Woods' first. That gave the Mavericks a lead of 1-0. And this was the first goal scored by Finn Ward. That locked it up at 1-1. A really good effort from Lane. And then we saw Ingles pounce on this rebound. An unbelievable skill here from Hugo Ingles.
Just the presence of mind to keep playing there. I mean, it was just bouncing off everything. playing hockey in a pinball machine.
And then 5 with about 15 seconds left, Woods. That's what it means to him, to lock the scores up and send this game to a penalty shootout.
It's a pretty good flick. I mean, I think Innocent suspected it was going there, and he still managed to beat him.
So, penalty shootout, always fun for spectators. Maybe not so for players, but it's still a challenge of the sport.
Geez, you look at that lineup for the Alpiners on the shootout. Kane Russell, Sam Lane, Hugo Ingles, Nick Ross and Blair Tarrant.
And it's a best of 3 shootout.
Oh, best of 3. So
it's
obviously,
best of 3.
Okay, so sorry, not all. There's 5 of those guys standing out there, but no, Sam Lane and Kane Russell. Yeah. I wonder why we're doing 3.
Just not sure. That's what it was for the women. So
just change the trend a little bit. Fair enough.
And then if we're tied after best of 3, Lincoln, it's sudden death, and that's exactly what happened in the 2 shootouts last weekend we saw. So
Tarrant, Ingles and Ross.
And it looks like Woods,
Sirakaya and Child.
Yeah. Can't really complain about those 3. Maybe Fraser, he had some good stick work.
Simon, they're putting a little water on here. Child, not probably as reliable from the in the one-on-one shootout situation as you would expect for a player of his quality.
It's a real skill executing in shootouts. Of course, not only you're battling the keeper, but you're battling the clock as well.
It's always exciting, the old shootout. You see just about every umpire and technical official you can find within a 10k radius gets onto the turf to get involved.
So we're standing by for the shootout. Remember, both teams will take points on the competition table. At the conclusion, we've got 1 point each to either team for the ending in a draw. But who knows? Whoever wins the shootout could be the difference between making the final and not. We just don't know.
You got more. Actually, got more umpires out there than players.
There's 5 of them.
For the shootout, it's good to see. I mean, you know, what's the saying? Is it get as many cooks in the kitchen as you can?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Too many cooks, not enough. I can't remember the rest of it.
Or too many cooks in the kitchen, or too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably not allowed to say that one these days. But anyway, we're into it here with the Mavericks.
Yeah, we just hit the rewind button. Well, it's going to be the 2 main keepers, of course, as well as Leon Hayward and George Anderson. And that's a skill we need to talk about from the keepers' perspective too, Lincoln. They've had to develop their skills in this area of the game over the last few years big time as well.
Yeah, well, certainly when the shootouts became a part of the game, keepers were a little bit at sea. So you used to see, you know, shootout scores of 5-4 or everyone scoring and it going to sudden death. But now keepers have really upped their game, and it tends to be a bit harder to score because they've become much more adept at defending.
Okay, so here goes the shootout. It's going to be the Mavericks first through Nick Woods, and he's up against George Anderson for the Alpiners. 20 seconds on the clock. Here goes Woods, trying to give his team the lead, and he's done brilliantly. Nick Woods very composed.
Well, it helps having fast hands, and that's what you saw there. He protected the ball nicely. Innocent not really able to get at it, shifted it very quickly to his verse, and before you could blink, it was in the back of the net.
Now Hugo Ingles. Nice little fake from Ingles. Hayward can't stop it, and Ingles gets it and ties it up at 1 apiece.
Sometimes it just looks like Hugo Ingles does what he wants. I mean, it's like he bet Leon Hayward about 4 times there.
Yeah.
Eventually putting the ball on the goal.
Well done from Ingles. Nice accomplished play. Now Simon Child against Anderson. Simon Child, underneath. Did he dig a hole and go underground there? Just about.
Just found the keyhole and put it through it.
Brilliant. Straight under Anderson's Big left mitt. So 2-1 to the Mavericks. Now Nick Ross. Up against Hayward. Nick Ross. Whoops. Now he'd be under pressure. Oh, did it go in? It's not. Ruled.
And usually you see the umpires call those. I mean, I would love to have slowed that down on the videotape because it was very touch and go. Unfortunately,
well, it goes in.
No goal. So
this means that Haraki can win the shootout with this. Oh, that's stopped by George Anderson. So we're going to sudden death.
Well, if Tarrant can convert, we're going to sudden death.
Oh, yes, of course, it's 2-2.
If he can't, the Mavericks are taking it. So
yes, thank you.
He's the right kind of man to have in this position, Blair Tarrant.
So Tarrant to take it to sudden death. Now he's lost almost control of it. Oh, it's saved by the keeper, and it's going to be the Mavericks who win the shootouts.
Unfortunately for Tarrant, he lost control of the ball when he goes in, and even though you've still got plenty of time, it's almost like you can collectively feel everybody going, oh no. And unfortunately for him, Leon Hayward was able to just make a good block and do what he needed to do.
Wow. Well, we go back to those last 20 seconds of regular play, Lincoln, when it looked like the Mavericks might escape with no points on the competition table, and they've come away with 2 now and winning the shootout after drawing the game 2-2. So there we are. We'll be back to wrap all this up in just a moment here on Sky Sport from the Gallagher Hockey Centre.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more, and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term, choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape, or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Gallagher Hockey Centre, where the shootout has been won by the Mavericks over the Alpiners. And let's get some reaction from the captain of the day now for the Mavericks, Aaron Punchier. He's with Lincoln.
Hey Aaron, took a little bit of time to find your feet in that one.
Yeah, look, we struggled there in the first half to get any real momentum going, and the Alpiners had a good first half, and then we were on the back foot. But we played some really good hockey towards the end, and managed to sneak a goal.
Yeah, what was the key sort of message or mindset in that last patch of the game where you're trying to clutch a winner back?
Really just stick to structure. We had a game plan that we believed in, and it was really just to execute it as well as we could have. And, we were a little bit rushed with the ball, I think, in the first half, and then we just played with a bit more composure, and then we were able to get, some good outcomes. And, we wanted to get corners so we could get shots on the target, and, paid off.
Yeah, well done. Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.
All right, joining me now, Hugo Ingles. Mate, heartbreak again, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, it's bitterly disappointing to lose 2 in a row in the last minute of the game, but boys put in a better shift today, so we'll take the positives forward into tomorrow.
Yeah, a little bit in today's game to encourage you for tomorrow, so you'll be looking forward to that one?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there was enough in the first half to show that we can all play together. It's just stringing it together for the full 60 minutes now.
And yourself, you'd be pretty happy with your performance today, pretty impressive?
Oh, yeah, just happy to be on the park, mate. Getting a bit old and weary at times, so it's good to be out there.
Well done and hard luck today and good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.
There we are, Hugo Ingles there from the Southern Alpiners. So let's remind you of the games that we have coming up tomorrow. At midday, the Alpiners are back. They're playing the Tridents, and this is a hugely important game for both teams who have not yet had a victory in the first 2 rounds. So we're looking forward to seeing how they go. And then we've got the 2 teams that are going well at the moment on the table. The Falcons, unbeaten. They've got 8 competition points. And the Mavericks, who have 6, they are going to lock horns tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Black sticks all over the park once again in that contest. And that should be a ripper. So there we are. We hope you enjoyed match day 2 of the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow at midday.
The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand.